Councilmember Dundon.
Present.
Councilmember Costi.
Present.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Present.
Council President Matavetsky.
Present.
Thank you.
So now we'll take public comment. It's a special business meeting, so the public comment is limited to the two pieces of legislation that are on the agenda. If you're interested in coming, and you get 5 minutes, welcome. And if other people are planning to speak, you can line up here at the front.
Good evening. Okay, so I won't take the full 5 minutes, just a few moments. Good evening, dear council members. As the director for the Southern Door Community Land Trust, are we good?
With this one,
Okay. Okay. Again, Hajra Aziz, Southern Door Community Land Trust. I stand before you today to express my heartfelt gratitude for your support of the special vote to allocate the remaining ARPA funds amounting to $386,749 to the Southern Door Community Land Trust. This funding is pivotal as it will empower the area's only BIPOC-led housing organization dedicated to providing deep and lasting affordable housing units for our most marginalized residents. I'd like to thank or extend my sincere thank you to the mayor, whose commitment to this cause is evident. His willingness to sit down with the Southern Door Community Land Trust and thoroughly review the necessary information regarding this housing project demonstrates a dedication to our community's needs. The journey to this point has not been easy. It has required tireless efforts from the Southern Door, alongside our dedicated developer and contractor, to create a viable and sound housing initiative. So together, we are laying the groundwork for a solution that will serve our community for generations to come. And lastly, I would like to acknowledge the vision you all have shown in recognizing the importance of housing projects designed to fill the gap in affordable housing in our community. Your bipartisan support is a testament to the belief that everyone deserves a place to call home. So thank you for your commitment to creating a brighter future for all residents of Broome County. Together, we believe we can make a lasting impact on housing for all in our shared community. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, and welcome.
Good evening, members of City Council. My name is Dominique Rice, and I live and work here and volunteer in Binghamton. Thank you for the opportunity to address you all today. I am here on behalf of the Southern Door Community Land Trust to provide our progress and to request your support for the project at 6 Florence Street that will have significant impact in our community. We have had the opportunity to engage in meaningful dialogue with both Mayor Karam as well as Deputy Mayor Hyman regarding the proposed project. These discussions were very productive and helped clarify the city's priorities and expectations. Specifically, the mayor requested additional information from our organization to fully understand the scope and viability of our plans. The first thing the mayor requested to review was the sources of funding. The city expressed the importance of understanding how the project will be financed, including the grants we are pursuing. So we were able to provide this, and we provided members of City Council a copy as well for you guys to review, and if needed, happy to answer any questions you may have. In addition, the mayor also asked for a budget breakdown and timeline. So he requested a breakdown of how we will spend the project budget from the ARPA funds, which is a clear ask because it's important for you all to know how the money will be utilized, as well as the residents of Binghamton, as this is, we need to have transparency. We worked closely with our contractor to provide this information, and we incorporated it into the agreement as requested. This will ensure that all stakeholders have a transparent understanding of how resources will be allocated. In addition, we discussed timeline. So that's very important as well, to hold developers and contractors accountable for the timeline in which things are going to be done. Do what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. And we totally understand that. So we also were able to provide a timeline to be able to get this portion of the project done within 20 to 25 weeks, depending on permitting, weather, things of that nature. So we were able to stand firm with that solid timeline. In addition, to meet the urgency of this project, we collaborated with 2 law firms to finalize the agreement in a timely manner to help the city. We understand that it is the holiday season, and we understand that contracts take time. So we have worked tirelessly to be able to put this together. Lillian Levy from HH&K, who has significant experience working with the city on ARPA-funded affordable housing projects, was able to consult with us for this. So we wanted to work with reputable law firms who have experience with this agreement particularly, so then that way we can make sure that everything is the right way and everything is done the same as other organizations who received ARPA funds. In addition, we worked with Brady Beagle from Coughlin and Gerhardt, who also is a very reputable law firm, and he dedicated extensive time and effort to ensure the final agreement incorporated all the mayor's requests, such as timelines, as well as the breakdown of the spending of the budget. Thanks to their expertise and our team's due diligence, we will be able to present an agreement for the mayor to execute upon your vote today. So this is something that will be presented to the mayor tomorrow, that he will be able to move forward with. We also will be connecting him with our legal team. So if he has any questions or needs any clarification, or if any amendments are potentially needed, we can work through that in a timely manner. This agreement represents not just our hard work, but a significant step to address the pressing need for affordable housing in this community. We know this project will create long-lasting positive change, and we are confident in our ability to deliver on the promise we've made. In closing, we want to express our gratitude to City Council for your consideration and support. Together, we can make this project a reality and take a giant step forward for our community. We hope that you all consider voting yes today.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak at public comment? And again, today's public comment is limited to the 2 items that we're voting on. Anyone else? If not, ask the clerk if there's anything that was submitted via email.
There is not.
All right. So we move on to first reading legislation. I will turn things over to Councilman Hotchkiss for Introductory Resolution R 24-103.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to make a motion to adopt Introductory Resolution R 24-103. This is a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into agreement with the Southern Door Community Land Trust.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Councilman Hotchkiss, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Discussion.
I think we've had a lot of discussion on this so far, and I think everybody's familiar with what we're voting on, but I just want to reiterate that I think this is a better use of funding for the remaining ARPA funds rather than going to the land bank. I think they're in a really good position right now. And honestly, this creates a really unique opportunity to get this first project underway for this new organization. And I think that's going to just push them forward in a direction where they'll be able to continue to seek more funding, have their first project under their belt, have the shown support from the city, and it's going to open up more opportunities for them after this is complete. And I'm of the perspective that I think we need as many organizations as possible involved in developing more permanent affordable housing. And I believe that their commitment to it is very sincere. And I think like even since they've presented to us earlier in this year, they've been able to find other opportunities for funding to move their project forward. And I think that shows their commitment to just their commitment and dedication to their mission of creating the sustainable permanent affordable housing in Binghamton. So I hope you guys will all support this with me.
Thank you. Any further discussion?
I'll just go back and
Councilman Middleton.
like I said before, I still stick by what I said earlier Monday and on Wednesday, and I'm happy that thank you to Councilmember Nate for your your due diligence on this and not giving up even with the no's and things. Thank you so much. And also thank you to the Southern Door Land Trust. You really inspire, your mission really inspires me, and also just equitable housing for everyone. And that's what we really need to start getting to. I hope that we, as all council members in the new year, continue this fight just to really represent the the people of Binghamton. So thank you to everybody.
Anyone else? All right, the clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter.
Aye.
Councilmember Middleton.
Aye.
Councilmember Kavanaugh.
Aye.
Councilmember Dundon.
Aye.
Councilmember Costi.
Aye.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Aye.
Council President Matavetsky.
Aye.
Thank you. That is 7-0.
Introductory resolution R 24-103 passes. Next, we have introductory resolution R 24-106, considered an employees. Councilman Porter.
I'd like to make a motion for introductory resolution R 24-106. A resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a collective bargaining agreement with the CSEA.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Councilman Porter, seconded by Councilman Dundon. Discussion.
Yeah, so I've done my due diligence on this and I've talked with the help of our wonderful clerk's office, the state rep for the CSEA. The CSEA 1,000 members voted on a tentative agreement. So if they didn't come to terms at the end of this year, they had a tentative agreement in place until the full CBA was discussed and then voted on by the members. Now the city is asking for us to vote on a full collective bargaining agreement that the members of CSEA 1,000 have not voted on and has not ratified. So I don't know whether it was the city, the union, somebody did not do their due diligence. I think it would be very wrong of us to vote on a contract that the members themselves did not vote on. Now, I'm always for, if a union votes on it, we rubber stamp it for them because it's their union, it's their members, and that's what they voted for. This has not happened in this instance, and I think it's wrong, and it's a form of union busting if we vote this through until the members do. Thank you.
Is there a motion to hold over out of that?
No?
Or no?
No, there's no motion to hold over.
Or-
I'm in agreement with Councilman Dundon. There's obviously substantive discrepancies that I've seen between the tentative agreement and what is brought to us as legislation. So, and I'm in agreement that as a council member, I can't just vote on something that I know that somebody has not agreed to. And
to answer your question, Council President, I do not want to do a holdover because I am not going to force the members to vote on something within 2 weeks when it's a 2-page agreement, a tentative agreement, and a 27-page full CBA that they would need to go through. So I do not want to put them under the gun. I am going to vote this now down. I hope everybody is in support of that. And then that way the CBA and the CSEA members know that we will represent them even if it is against the city.
It's been Kavanaugh.
So there's nothing necessarily in the contract that we got to review that's objectionable. It's a matter of steps in the process and that the union members actually have not reviewed and been able to vote on that particular contract. So, and we don't want to put pressure on them. They need to work in their own fashion.
Yeah. I mean, any CBA I read, I could always find something that I would object to, but the fact that they're members, I mean, I can't think off the top of my head. I think there's 52 members in this bargaining unit, never had a chance to vote on this. So we could literally lock them into a contract that they didn't vote on. Because once we stamp it, then the mayor will sign it. And if you notice, it's us first, and I won't do it first.
Any further discussion? Councilman Hotchkiss.
Yeah, so there's nothing in this that we can change here. I think we just talked about that when the
No.
fire union came up. There's nothing on the
No.
floor. There's no
Yeah, we
changes.
can't.
No, there's nothing that city council can do in terms of amending the CBA. There's a process for negotiating everything that goes in the CBA. And then when it gets to this point, it's basically voting it up or down as a whole.
Thank you. So
So is the question, can we modify the resolution to say if it passes through the union, then we pre-approve it. And if it does not pass by the union, then the resolution is void.
No, this is a lot more simple. On page 17, I think there's just something that got missed and you didn't change the dates. So the contract that's in front of us right now expires, December 31st, 2024. So if we're voting on
I-
this, it's only effective for 7 days.
At least with,
But if we vote down the full CBA, the tentative agreement goes until December 31st, 2027, and it takes effect January 1st, 2025. And with the tentative agreement, they can fall back on the old CBA until the new CBA has been ratified. You can correct me if I'm wrong, attorney.
yeah, I mean, it's up to council whether or not they want to vote it up or down regarding section 17. If the term is wrong and it's set to expire at the end of this year, I'm assuming that that's just a holdover from the last CBA. My understanding is that would be considered a clerical error and would be fixed if you were to approve it as part of the final CBA. Obviously, if it gets voted down, we would get that corrected either way.
I know all about a CBA and I know, every CBA, they have their own negotiating committee. But even the negotiating committee and talking to the local president, vice president, and the state CSC rep, none of them have seen this full CBA. And with them not seeing it, that means their members never voted on it. That means, for me, this council cannot approve that. And they have the tentative agreement that will fall in place to take over until the full CBA is ratified. So this RL needs to be shot down and then it can be re-brought back after the due diligence is done and the members vote on their contract.
Put it to a vote.
Any further discussion? If not, the clerk can call the roll.
Councilmember Porter, Councilmember Middleton,
No.
Councilmember Kavanaugh,
Nay.
Councilmember Dundon,
No.
Councilmember Costi,
No.
Councilmember Hotchkiss.
Nay.
Council President Matavetsky.
Nay.
Thank you. That is 0-7.
Right. Resolution 24-106 has been voted down. All right, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Council